Yo, what's going on, guys? Mush back at it with another video, here to cover some deals that are surely gonna be better than those offered in the Steam Winter Sale. Look, our boys over at Green Man Gaming always have the hookup. They've got great deals at great prices. A lot of deals are rotating in at GMG over there for their holiday sale, and they've got a lot of great stuff. I'm just gonna cover some of the stuff. And check them out for yourself. You get Steam keys for all of these games, redeems directly on Steam. The only caveat is you can't utilize Steam refunds since you are buying it from a different e-tailer, but if you're planning on keeping these games, these are great offers and definitely worthwhile pickups. Gonna go over prices for XP members, so let's just get right into it. God of War Ragnarok is 33% off for $40.31. Good to see this a little bit cheaper. I know everyone has their opinion on the PSN account linking. I know it's absolutely whack, but what do you want me to do about it? Ragnarok itself is still a great game. I actually think it's not as good as God of War 2018. I just thought God of War 2018 was an awesome game. But Ragnarok is still really, really good. It's just, I think 2018 had the factor of it being so new and the shift from God of War that, you know, set it apart to me a little bit. I really enjoyed Ragnarok as well, though. I didn't even hate the Atreus sections, which a lot of people seem to not be crazy about. You've also got the free Valhalla downloadable content baked into this version of Ragnarok, which that Valhalla DLC, they could have easily charged $10 to $15 for, and people would have paid it and been okay with it and received it really well, but they just gave it for free, so that was great. Conclusion of the Norse arc, which, you know, definitely play God of War 2018 first, but Ragnarok is an excellent game picking up from the end of 2018. Next up, I am mentioning this for the laughs, you guys. Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League is $2.98. We know that this game is no longer going to be getting any content updates and things of that nature. Brothers, this game came out back in January, and it's down to $2.98. That is insane. I get it that we've had instances where, like, Concord literally shut down a few weeks after release, but in terms of a major game release like this rocketing down in terms of price point, I cannot remember one that fell in price this quickly. This has to have been the biggest fall in price as far as speed goes in maybe gaming history. There are paid games that have gone free to play within a short period of time, so I guess you could look at it that way. But, yeah, $2.98 for it is insane. If you compare this to Rocksteady's other titles, yes, the game is terrible when you compare it relatively to Batman Arkham. In a vacuum, it's a okay action title, open world action game. It's fairly nonsensical, it's fairly mundane, the dialogue is pretty terrible. Is there some fun to be had with it? I do think there's some fun to be had with it. Would I spend $70 on it? You guys already know the answer to that. $3, really. The investment now isn't the $3. The investment is your time. Like, is it worth your time? And if you want a nonsensical open world game to play with some, you know, characters that you'll be familiar with, you can have a good time with it. But, yeah, just found it hilarious, the price point that it's at. Next up, we got Last of Us Part 1, 58% off for $25.20. I am trying my best to not go on an unhinged rant about Intergalactic right now, but, Last of Us Part 1, on a positive note, is legitimately one of the greatest video games of all time. And you know what? Even though it took 10 years, seeing the game available on PC is still a little surreal to me. I played Last of Us when it came out on PlayStation 3 back in 2013, and that was fairly still early on into me getting more into PC gaming. And I remember back then playing Last of Us 1, I'm like, man, this game looks really good, and it is pushing the PlayStation 3 to its absolute limit, but I definitely had thoughts. I remember thinking in 2013, like, man, it sucks that we have, like, these games that are exclusive to PlayStation 3, and I get why games are exclusive. You want to draw people into those consoles, but the fact that now this game is available on PC is just fantastic. It's one of the most iconic video games of all time, and I don't think it's a stretch in saying that. From start to finish, the narrative is so good, the gameplay is great, and the relationship between Joel and Ellie, seeing that evolve throughout the entire course of the game is just wonderful to see, and the ending is just chef's kiss. It's so well executed. Like, the ending in this game is so well done, and then we pissed it all away with Last of Us Part 2. But I digress. It's a phenomenal game, and it's one of those games that usually now at this point, it's like a once-a-year playthrough for me. That's how highly I think about Last of Us Part 1. Like, once a year, I'll go back and play through it again, and it's just wild to me that there's a game that can make me do that. Like, every year, go back. It's the same game. The story ain't changing, guys. But yeah, I just love it. $25.20, great price on that. And the PC port was an abomination when it came out. It is fantastic now, so well worth the $25 on that. Mafia Trilogy is $13.20, given that there's a lot of anticipation around Mafia the Old Country. Maybe not a bad time to get into the other Mafia titles. Mafia 1 and 2 were excellent. Mafia 3, taking the game to an open world approach, a full open world design approach, I actually think hindered the game a little bit, and ultimately it was still a decent game, but not a great game. But this bundle for $13.20 is an excellent deal. Definitely check that out. XCOM 2 The Collection, $7.04 on this. Great deal on XCOM 2 The Collection. You get XCOM 2 the base game, you get the War of the Chosen expansion as well, $7.04. And you also get some other DLC packs as well, smaller DLC packs. Great game, a little bit challenging, but very rewarding at the same time, so $7.04, good price on that. Speaking of challenging, Lords of the Fallen is 70% off for $18. You guys, I'm not crazy about these Souls-like titles, but I actually like Lords of the Fallen's gimmick, like the two realities, I actually think is really cool in terms of adding a layer to Lords of the Fallen. And man, these games always be successful enough. Like, I feel like Lords of the Fallen is one of the lesser received IPs as far as Souls-likes go, but this game made a profit. There's a sequel in development, so hey, more power to it, to you guys that enjoy it. I have a buddy that's super into Souls-like games, and he loves Lords of the Fallen. Like, he played Lies of P and loved that game as well, but he's like the one person I know that thinks Lords of the Fallen is like as good as, you know, your FromSoft games, Lies of P, which I think most people consider Lies of P at the level of the FromSoft titles, but Lords of the Fallen, I think most people perceive it to be a step below. But the game has been getting quite a lot of updates as well. Had some performance issues at launch, but a lot of that has been remedied as well. $18, not a bad deal there. RoboCop Rogue City, 70% off for $15. I mean, it's a RoboCop game that is a cool sci-fi FPS. It's got a cool setting, and if you're into RoboCop, you'll probably enjoy the game a lot more than I did. And I still thought the game was serviceable, but from what I hear from RoboCop fans, they really, really got into this game. So $15 on that. Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy. Now, I'm not a Guardians of the Galaxy fan. At least I wasn't when I played this game, and I love this game. $8.10 for Guardians of the Galaxy is tremendous. A third-person action shooter. You primarily play as Star-Lord. The other characters, you just utilize their abilities, which I know some people found to be a bummer, but I thought it worked well. Narratively is good. Comedy, I thought it had enough while not being overbearing or anything like that, and it could be serious when it needed to. $8.10, good deal there. Helldivers 2, 33% off for $26.87. Think this is a really good deal for Helldivers 2, which just had a major update, and on top of that, some Killzone 2 crossover content that is kind of getting panned right now because of the price point, but what can you do? Great co-op action title, and it's a game that you know is going to get updates and updates in perpetuity, so if you buy it, it's going to be a great ongoing experience with consistent reason to go back. Silent Hill 2, 40% off for $42. Good deal on Silent Hill 2. Atmospheric psychological horror game. Remake ground up of Silent Hill 2 by Bloober Team. Same guys that did Observer. And yeah, $42 on that. Castlevania Dominus Collection, 40% off for $15. What a tremendous deal for the Dominus Collection. You get Castlevania Portrait of Ruin, Order of Ecclesia, and Dawn of Sorrow, the Castlevania games that came out on the DS. Now, with that being said, based on the fact that these are DS games, you do have janky porting and, you know, releasing as far as the dual screen structure. It is what it is. Just a bummer that you're going to have to deal with when it comes to porting these DS games. But these games are so good that for $15, it's a bargain. I thought the $25 release price point was a bargain. They could have easily gotten away with a $40 price point for the level of quality these games are. In my opinion, $40 would have been a fine price point, and you know, these games are super expensive if you want hard copies on the DS as well, so $15, no-brainer, definitely pick that up. And then lastly, Tomb Raider Definitive Survivor Trilogy. Y'all know I always gotta give my girl Laura a mention with the Origin Story Trilogy. It's great. Tomb Raider 2013, Rise of Tomb Raider, Shadow of the Tomb Raider. I'm a broken record at this point. Just add these to your library. They're tremendous, but yeah, check that out as well. $10.84 on that. But that is going to do it for me. A lot of great deals over at Green Man Gaming. And again, most of these deals, or all of these deals, are going to be better than the offerings at the winter sale. But that'll do it for me. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comments section down below. As always, guys, thanks for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out. Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush here again. Hope you enjoyed the video. As you guys might know, YouTube's notification system is sometimes a little bit wonky, even if you're subscribed to the channel. Maybe you're not abundantly aware that I uploaded a video. To remedy that situation, make sure you hit the bell notification button. This way, whenever I upload a new video, and I try to upload as consistently as possible, you will be notified directly of the upload, and you can watch it as soon as it goes live. I would really appreciate if you guys hit that button so you can stay up to date with all of the content I'm posting. But as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.